I've seen these videos all over the world, really. Russia and China. And they're saying that they're blocking the sun with this mist. And I can see it's here in Quebec City. Blocked sun. With mist. And you can see the line. Very unusual. Yeah, I had an emotional prediction about this when I first moved here. One of my first pieces of art was, yeah, blocking of the sun. There it is. Yeah. Everything is on time and on purpose. And if you know the difference between right and wrong, you'll be okay. But this pressure cooker is going to keep on going until it blows. Yeah, I think here we can really say it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. But really, guys, I find it exciting to be in this life at this moment. We've been living simulation after simulation blowing up. And now it's time for consciousness to come. And people to realize that we're just going to keep repeating cycles until we remember who we are and what we're here for. But you have to live in your own imagination, the one you came with, not the one you learned. What we learn here, well, that's what I'm talking about when I say they're saying what is good is good, but it's evil. And we do that here in artificial intelligence land. We make up stories in our head to make anything okay. By the rivers of Babylon, we make it okay. We justify in our minds. Very few people take responsibility for the world. But if you do, you'll find your consciousness expanding. If you do begin to have empathy for the world, anything is possible with empathy, with love, with feelings. But at school, feelings are removed and they're looked down upon. They're frowned upon. Feelings, my granddaughter told me. So, without feelings, anything is possible. On the opposite spectrum, anything. It can get as ugly can be without feelings. Because it's a video game in people's heads. They're on channels. They're invincible. And they don't have a thought to who they are inside before they began to go to school, go to church, join a club, a boys' club. But we get wrapped up on our little channels and we go with it, and probably a lot of people have good lives, little ups and downs, but basically people are having fun, but they're very few and far between. They've replaced love with artificial intelligence, which is sex. And without feelings, it doesn't even matter if you're a boy or a girl or whatever. It's just sex, not love. Yeah, so I went for a walk today for the first time since August last year. It was August last year when I woke up with extreme pain. It felt like my bones were broken. Really, it did. It felt like if I moved, my bones would break. Now, how the hell do you live with that? So I did go to the hospital. Just wanted pain medicine. But they wanted to do all the tests and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they say that is rheumatoid arthritis. And they say I have myocarditis. I had pericarditis in 2004. That is a virus in the membranes of the heart. But it went away. But now I have something that won't go away ever. But you know what? I don't listen to doctors. They're the hypnotists. It's the ones that, wear costumes that we get hypnotized by. We get hypnotized by the white coat, by the whole group think about their authority around here. You go to school for 8 years and holy shit, you own the place. And people. All you have to do is pay for your tuition. But that's all deeply rooted in evil too, and I can't tell you about it because this is YouTube. And this is the world. You're not allowed to know about it. The roots of evil. You go to school and they remove your own sense of intuition. I remember I went to school, lots of schools, and I can't believe how many times I wanted to skip out. And lucky for me, I am emotionally intelligent and I can guess at a lot of answers, and essays are my forte, as well as multiple choice, because I'll see the answer sitting there, right there. Oh, there it is. Anybody can, if they use their emotional intelligence. I think that's why they took away a lot of the true and false questions and multiple choice, because there are people that can spot an answer a mile away, never have studied for it. That's how I got through grade 12. I did the GED. GED is a general equivalent diploma because I dropped out in grade 10, which means I had the equivalent of grade 9. And I failed grade 2. Yeah, I was a really bad student. I didn't get along with the teachers or the students, really. It was a horrible experience all the way through. But try to tell you guys that. And you may have had all sorts of good experiences. So, the hypnotists have a lot of power. Too much power here. And all they have to have is a couple of things for you to become obedient to a hypnotist. A costume, a title, a paycheck that says that they have the authority. Those poor souls, because I imagine that you get in this channel of thought that, you're the boss around here and you're going to take those kids away because you know best. Or whatever you're doing. You're replacing mother. Right? It's all about replacing mother. I told you that from the beginning. It's all about Eve. And her sons can't have any respect for Eve. With the way the media and the scriptures and the education speaks about women, and the way the drag queens on TV depict women and speak for women like they're women, but they're not. They're drag queens. They're in costume, and you're enthralled with them. And maybe you want to do some of them. And maybe you're falling in love with your own gender. You gotta look closer, guys. Gotta look closer. You gotta stop looking at the face of things and ask questions. Or you're living in delusion. So I was given the whole big picture. The whole big picture. It's the whole big picture, but really all it is, it's living in a consciousness. It's a different realm. So I can relate with everybody, because I am everybody, and you are me. I can relate with you. Now, you can't relate with me because of the spirituality component and the alien component, I like to call it, I bring to the table. Where I'm neither for a God on earth nor a religious atheist. I'm God myself. We all are. Christ flames. That's blasphemy to say in some circles here. Yeah. All I ask people to do is remember the ripple effect, and that everybody loves a kind mother, a loving mother, a mother that comforts us and makes us feel safe, really, don't they, moms? They used to. Back in my day. But now they're spinny, airheads, drunk, pill popping, or dead, institutionalized, or working 5 jobs while raising 5 kids. There are a lot of good women out there that we don't know. Women aren't like men. We don't need to be like men. And we don't have penis envy, Freud. It looks like the opposite is occurring here. Right? When you see all these men dressing up like women, what do we call that? Freud? And that whole medical thing started in World War II. And it's never ended, guys. We've been in a concentration camp. And the prison walls have just gone higher and higher. And people do feel trapped, but the only reason why, this is going to be the juice of my story tonight. The reason why is because you think you have something to lose. But you don't. Nobody has anything to lose. You'd be willing to let it go. Let it all go and you're free. Let it all go and do what you want and you're free. Follow your heart. Follow your feelings, your conscience. Thou shalt want. And you can want, believe it or not. But if you feel other people are better than you, smarter than you, more intelligent than you, just know the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Intelligence is learned where you're fed answers for you to memorize. And most of those answers are useless and don't do anything good for us. You think about the amount of time you spend in school sitting in a chair, not being creative, not thinking for yourself, and fearing people in costumes. They're nobody to fear. Everybody is the same. That's what I'm telling you. There's nothing to fear. Everybody's the same. Unless they are removed from feelings. I fear people that are removed from feelings. They're capable of anything. And they won't give it a second thought. So, me, I'm ignoring the outside world. I live in my universe. It's a different realm. And I'm very happy as I heal. I don't know what tomorrow brings, and it doesn't matter. Today, I will enjoy my environment. And I will feel good because that's my natural place, is to feel good and comfortable and safe. And I do, because I bring it to myself. You know, when I was a little girl, there was this, figure in my head, like this picture of this woman's head, like a cameo, like a cameo image of a woman's head, bust type thing. But it was an older woman wearing this big hat and her hair up. And she said to me, as I'm lying in this bed like a little small child, she said, "Remember me." And I don't know who she was. It wasn't my mom. It wasn't my grandma. It was nobody I know. I think it was my higher self. Because through all these experiences I've had, my journey, my walk, the dreams, I begin to believe that we all have multiple layers of self. And when we're afraid or feeling wild and anything goes, we don't feel together. And so it feels unbalanced inside. Well, you can get your balance back. Don't worry so much. Let thoughts go that drop you down. Lift yourself up. Bring yourself comfort. Don't be cheap. Don't worry about what you're going to lose, because nothing's going to be lost at the end of the day. More will come. You saw how I went completely bankrupt. Lost my business, my clinical hypnotherapy practice. No more income. get sick, go homeless, get on a bus with just 2 suitcases. And I've been here for 6 years, May 1st, in Quebec City. And I had to get grounded again because of all of the wildness and the spiritual experience. No, I didn't feel balanced. I was paranoid as hell about this world. Didn't feel balanced at all. Didn't trust anybody and shouldn't have trusted anybody. People are liars. They don't talk real. They fake their feelings. And when you fake your feelings, you really got a mess. There's nothing true when you're faking feelings. But I was able to sort it out, guys. I was able to sort out. I was on a channel my whole life where I felt like the person I was judged to be by my family, who just needed a scapegoat so they didn't have to accept responsibility in anything. And they didn't have to face what I have to say, because they're afraid. And people that are ashamed are afraid. When you never look, when you're never, doing some kind of personal inventory, you probably don't even know if you have feelings. You do. You were born with them. You were joy. You were love. You knew everything. You were wise. Our wisdom comes from our source. And we are all part of that pie. We're part of it, so we have the same power. We just have to remember to love. Give unconditionally. Don't be afraid to lose anything. Really, bring the walls down and give it all up. It works. I mean, I was forced into it, truthfully. And it just became to where I am today that I can talk about it, because I feel I walked my story, this life, as not a leader, but to show you. I saw it all in my life. I saw it all. I traveled the world. I went to school. I went to churches. I went to mosques. I saw it all. But I always had a curious mind, an open mind, because I didn't have it clouded with education drilled into my head so that I can sound smart, because everybody's on the same channel when you're talking about artificial intelligence. Everybody's on the same channel, and they'll agree and they'll feel smart and support each other. But you try to bring mother back, emotional intelligence, and it's a different realm, right? You got to agree. You can't see it, can't hear it, can't feel it, don't believe it. But there's so much more that we could do with our amazing, powerful, Christ flame minds. It's on the right brain. The left brain is what we build life after life, and it blows up life after life. But our right brain is eternal, and we're storing emotional memories. But we're packing around a lot of emotional baggage from past lives. And you have loving feelings towards certain people, and you have not so loving feelings. And you don't know why, maybe. Well, it could be a past life thing. Remember who you love. Remember who you connect with. And if you can't now, remember when you were a child who you loved, who you connected with. And what happened? This is all. Restoring feelings. And you're not going to be able to repair everything. You got to be willing to let it all go. And you'd be like fluid, right? And just everything will come that you need will be there. Everything. That's a promise. But it was me the whole time. Anytime problems came, I was getting in my way. So we get in our own way. I've just been so blessed to be able to have this channel and talk to you about what was coming to me spiritually, consciously, and how people were relating with me. That really helped. And even through all of my health problems, I still had this feeling that I wanted to continue to teach. Teach the world to sing. Anyway, I can't play you any music because my video will get stopped. I just can't get over that mist blocking my sun during my sunset. So everybody, I'd like you to keep yourselves happy. And that should be easy. For some people it can be. For other people it's a lot harder. You've been beaten down. Or maybe you work too hard. Come on. Let's live. We don't know what's going on in the world. And we don't know who's doing it. I feel everything is Christ inspired. That's where I'm at with my consciousness. Like everything is meant to happen, and it's going to happen where it's supposed to happen. Right now, China's being really flooded. So is Russia, Dubai. Fires are coming to British Columbia and Alberta, big time. Same with the Pacific Coast, really. I have artwork to feel that. The Pacific Coast has a lot of the issues I talk about, and a lot of parades and pride. I'm not worried. I think everybody will get to where they need to get to in their own good time. And if they've just been playing their whole lives, life after life, without a thought to consciousness of love, especially towards mother, to your wife, to your daughter, if they're too easy targets for you, and it's been too easy, it may be this life that we reflect on how we feel about mother